Right now, Wisconsin educators rally at the state capitol. Find out how they say the next state budget should invest more in schools. Plus, wheels down, why a small passenger airplane had to make an emergency landing in the middle of a field. And the Asian community in Madison prepares to say goodbye to a South Side staple. How the store provided more than just groceries, but a piece of home. That's all coming up at 10. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Arman Rahman. Well, a plane was forced to make an emergency landing this afternoon in a farm field in Cross Plains. According to Dane County Sheriff's officials, a private single-engine plane that was headed to Pewaukee landed in a field near Garfoot Road. The pilot and passenger of the Cessna 172 were not injured. FAA records indicate the plane is registered to a Minneapolis company and took off from a small airport near Minneapolis around 11:30 this morning. The FAA is involved in the investigation. In Dodge County, a crash on U.S. Highway 151 this morning has left a woman dead and a man and 2 children injured. Emergency crews were called to the northbound area of the highway near County Highway M in the town of Chester just before 8:30 for a report of a 2-vehicle crash. According to Dodge County Sheriff's officials, a 2017 Chevy Sonic had drifted and collided with a semi-truck pulling double trailers that was parked on the paved shoulder. A 38-year-old woman from Fall River who was riding in the front seat of the Chevy died at the scene. The driver, a 59-year-old Fall River man, was taken to UW Hospital by MedFlight with serious injuries. A 14-year-old girl was ejected from the Chevy during the crash and sustained serious life-threatening injuries, and a 9-year-old girl sustained minor injuries. The driver of the semi, a 32-year-old Oshkosh man, was not hurt, and the crash remains under investigation. And Boscobel police identified the 2 men they say were found dead in an apparent murder-suicide. Police say 32-year-old Christopher Mazzara and his father, 58-year-old Russell Mazzara, were fatally shot at a home Thursday morning. According to Boscobel Police Chief Jaden McCulloch, investigators found the 2 men were sitting on a porch the night before. McCulloch said that at some point, Christopher shot at Russell twice, hitting him once in the chest before turning the gun on himself. A motive is still unknown, but police believe alcohol may have been a factor. The investigation is ongoing. Switching gears, let's get a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Jacob Montesano, and a pretty nice day out on the patio.
Yeah, it's been absolutely gorgeous today, and even right now, temperatures are still very comfortable. There's pretty much no wind at all, and so the temperatures are feeling exactly what they are, which is right around 60 degrees, completely clear skies. I already touched on the calm winds, and looking at the current temperatures across our area, most places are in the upper 50s or lower 60s, but further north, they are in the lower 50s and even upper 40s already. Now, much of our area will drop into the 40s at some point during the overnight hours, but right now, as I mentioned, it is still very comfortable. Looking at the temperature change from just 24 hours ago, a lot of southern Wisconsin quite a bit warmer than this time yesterday. If you remember, yesterday was a bit chilly, and during the afternoon, much of the area, we're seeing a temperature change of over 10 degrees, even close to 20 degrees at some points. Wind speeds completely calm across southern Wisconsin. Low temperatures will drop into the around upper 40s for parts of our area. Madison will be right around 50 degrees, mid 40s for some of the northern counties, but otherwise, not going to be too bad. And it's actually going to continue to get warmer for the next couple of days. I'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later in the show.
Jacob, thank you. A Madison teenager charged in a string of bomb threats at Val Phillips Memorial High School now faces multiple federal charges. Last year, 18-year-old Joseph Garrison was charged with 9 felonies and accused of using Bitcoin to pay other people to make threats towards Val Phillips between February and March. Now, according to federal court documents, he's been charged with computer fraud, wire fraud, conspiracy, and identity theft. Federal prosecutors allege Garrison stole login credentials through the dark web to hack accounts on sports betting sites and sell them, resulting in the theft of about $600,000. Law enforcement bought some of those credentials undercover and linked them to the teen before searching Garrison's home in February of this year. They found programs and messages on his devices allegedly connecting him to the attacks, including one text to a co-conspirator where he allegedly said, quote, "Fraud is fun." Authorities say Garrison admitted to hacking and selling accounts himself, telling investigators he made $16,000 a day at the peak of his operation. Today, educators across Wisconsin were at the Capitol rallying for public schools. Supporters gathered to call attention and show support for Governor Tony Evers' 2023-2025 budget proposal. It would provide an increase of more than $2.6 billion for public schools, which would be the second largest direct investment in state general aids since the late 90s. For supporters, they just want to show how public schools mean to Wisconsin.
Like, the message that they need to hear is that these schools matter for everyone, not just somebody's, individual child, but for society. And it's the way that we can preserve and improve our democracy. So I think our legislators need to hear that the people of Wisconsin do value public schools for our children.
The educators also rallied for breakfast and lunch for all students and increased mental health support for students who need it. In Washington, the debate over raising the nation's debt ceiling is at a crucial point this weekend, less than 2 weeks before the government could go into default. At the Capitol, negotiations over raising the nation's debt ceiling were stop and go yesterday. House Republicans walked out of talks with the Biden administration during the day, then resumed them at night. But so far, they are far from a deal. If the debt limit isn't raised, the government could run out of money by June 1st, potentially upending financial markets and pausing military salaries, Medicare, and Social Security payments. But House Republicans want caps that amount to an across-the-board 13% cut on government spending.
We have serious differences, and this is going to continue to be a difficult conversation.
The White House is just, look, we can't be spending more money next year.
And the president is cutting his overseas trip short to return to Washington tomorrow, hoping to finalize an agreement before the deadline. Continuing our coverage from today's G7 meeting in Hiroshima, Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived in Japan for face-to-face meetings with leaders of the world's richest democracies, urging them to stick with Ukraine. Even before the Ukrainian president touched down, he got one of the things he'd been asking for: F-16 fighter jets. After refusing for months, President Biden approved the training of Ukrainian pilots to fly U.S.-made F-16 warplanes.
Now we have turned to discussions about improving the Ukrainian Air Force as part of our long-term commitment to Ukraine's self-defense.
And after some picturesque photo ops and closed-door meetings, the G7 leaders have spelled out their common ground in a communique that sets out some ambitious targets. They include developing controls for artificial intelligence, mechanisms to deal with Chinese economic bullying, and committing to ending fossil fuel use by 2050. Well, after 40 years, a staple specialty grocery store in Madison is closing its doors. Our Braden Ross caught up with the owner and his customers to hear what they'll miss most.
You may recognize this grocery store. It's one many have called one of the best Asian grocery stores in Madison and a Southside staple. But now, after 40 years, they're closing their doors, leaving many of their customers wondering where they'll get their taste of home.
Well, like a snail. I just graduated from UW in engineering. And then this business was for sale.
Hien Ma has owned and operated Yu-Wa Oriental Foods on Madison's South Side for 4 decades.
I thought I can do better than the previous owner. But I learned the hard way. It's not that simple. Everything is kind of compact because we don't have much shelf space. But the store style is a very tiny store, 1,000 square feet.
Over the years, the store has grown in both size and variety.
Originally, we started with Chinese and Thai, all the sauce for the Caribbean. And then the bottom is all the African food.
Today, Ma carries food imported from 4 different continents. He says it feels nice to be able to give others a little taste of home.
This is all the original brand from their country, so they are very familiar with the brand. It feels good because I remember when I first came to Madison, I couldn't find any Oriental food,
For his customers, the store has become a staple.
When we come here, we are always happy. Pick something new, try it out, come back again.
Srinivas Mauvri has been a loyal customer for more than 20 years.
It's like a family, That's the thing. He definitely cares about all the customers, for sure. I mean, not just me. I know a lot of friends that go here. So I think we will be missing this particular Yuva for sure.
And the feeling is mutual.
I just want to let all my customers know I appreciate their support during all this year, and I'm going to miss talking with them.
For News 3 Now, I'm Braden Ross.
And Ma hasn't found a buyer for the store, but there is still time to shop at Yu-Wa before they officially close in August. And more news to come here at 10, how a group in Madison is hoping to connect more people of color to nature. And it was a perfect weather for it. Jacob says how that's going to stay this week in your first warm forecast.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
This month, all CoreTech water-resistant flooring is on sale at Surgenian's. We offer the largest CoreTech selection in Madison. Take advantage of unprecedented sale pricing with 12-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenian's.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
If you struggle to keep tabs on the service fees you pay, you're not alone.
There's just too much to keep track of.
News 3 Now answers a call for action with strategies to help make sure you don't get charged more than you owe. Wednesday at 6.
Well, today the Red Cross and a local swim team gathered into Forest to encourage more people to give blood to save lives. The Bingo Betty Memorial Blood Drive was held in memory of Betty McMillan. 3 years ago, Betty lost her battle with myelodysplastic syndrome, which calls for many blood transfusions. Her daughter, Sun Prairie East varsity swim coach Jamie McMillan, says it was thanks to blood transfusions that she was able to have one more year with her mom.
Donate if you can. I know the numbers are low. I know it's kind of scary at first and people are busy, but it really doesn't take that long. I always tell my students that I teach that it's like going to the spa. You come here, you get checked out, you sit down, and then you get a snack afterwards. People are tending to you. So it's really not that scary at all.
You can head to the Red Cross's website to find your nearest blood donation center. Well, the weather's warm, the sun is out, and the birds are calling. As birds start migrating north to their yearly nesting grounds, it's the best time to start a new hobby. Earlier this week, our own Kyle Pozorski met up with an avid birder, learning how he went from being indifferent to now making them a staple of his personality.
If you're paying attention, you're a birder.
Dexter Patterson has been birding for 12 years.
I call it bird joy.
He's a member of the Wisconsin BIPOC Birding Club, a group for people of color who enjoy the outdoor hobby. He co-founded the club 2 years ago.
We would go to these traditional birding spaces, and we would never see people that looked like us, whether in the group or leading it.
Over the course of Patterson's birding career, he's seen improvements in his health, both physically and mentally.
I always tell people birding isn't just about the birds. For somebody that's dealt with mental health issues and things like that, when I got really into birding, I started feeling that cloud, those dark clouds kind of lifting away.
On Wednesday, while visiting one of his favorite spots to view birds,
Place just makes me happy.
Patterson shared why he and many other people enjoy searching for the chirping, buzzing, and trilling creatures.
I've always loved birds, but I never gave them the attention they deserve.
It was a video of an osprey catching a fish similar to this one on YouTube, which got him into the hobby.
You know that emoji when your head's blowing up? That was me.
Being captivated by the beauty of nature.
I was just stuck watching this bird under this water, and then all of a sudden, I see its head pop out, and it comes out of the water with a huge fish, like a huge fish. And ever since that moment, I was done.
He says the growing hobby, which saw more than 45 million birders in 2021, brings joy to people all around the world.
Once you just like this joy of like the unknown, and you like see something new, and then you see something new, and then you learn something else, and you learn something else, you kind of like really kind of build this momentum, and it's really, I don't know, it feels good.
Well, the Wisconsin BIPOC Birding Club tries to host outings about 2 times per week. To join and find more information about getting started on your own birding adventures, you can check them out on Instagram at Wisconsin BIPOC Birding Club. And it was a perfect weather to do it. You got a favorite bird there, Jacob?
Probably the cardinal. I just really like, you know, colorful birds, especially the cardinal, because it's just like, it's always bright red compared to most other birds, which kind of seem like, you know, a dull color. But cardinal is definitely my favorite bird. But you were absolutely right. It was perfect temperature out, and it's going to continue to be perfect for tomorrow. And 80s for much of next week, at least near 80. We'll see high temperatures start to be near 80 on Tuesday, and that will last throughout until Memorial Day. And we also are going to be dry until at least Friday. It could even be dry beyond that, but there are the chances of some storms over Memorial Day weekend. Here's a look at the high temperatures from today. 74 was the high in Madison. Much of our area got into the 70s. Mineral Point did stay in the upper 60s, but nonetheless, all of southern Wisconsin very comfortable today. And even right now, we're still seeing comfortable temperatures. 60 in Madison, a lot of places in the 50s already. Most places will actually drop into the upper 40s, maybe even middle to lower 40s during the overnight hours, but it's going to rise right back up into the 70s tomorrow. So here's a look at the low temperatures for tonight. Much of our area will drop into the lower 50s or upper 40s, mid 40s further north, but highs tomorrow are going to be possibly even warmer than what we saw today. Mid 70s for much of our area, more sunshine, and as we head into Monday, 77 is the forecasted high. We're going to continue to see mostly sunny skies. The winds aren't going to be a factor either. If we look at current Doppler track, really all of the Great Lakes very dry. Some showers on the eastern portion of the Great Lakes, but as a whole, it was pretty much dry for all of the Midwest as well. And it's going to remain dry for tomorrow and Monday, kind of rinse and repeat over the next couple of days. A little more clouds the next couple of days than what we saw today, but it's going to remain comfortable. It's going to remain dry. The winds out of the northeast could actually bring a little bit of a lake breeze for Wednesday and Thursday. So some places closer to the lake may actually see high temperatures a lot colder than places to the west, but it's still unclear just how strong that lake breeze will be. Nonetheless, it's still going to be dry, still going to be sunny, and still going to be very comfortable regardless of what the temperatures are. And if we look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, all of the north central United States is expected to be above average, with the most above average just to the west of us. And we can see those above average temperatures firsthand on the next 10 days temperature forecast. Here's the normal. We're going to be well above that, especially towards the end of next week. Starting Tuesday, we'll be in the 80s. We'll be right around 80 degrees for the foreseeable future after that as we head towards Memorial Day. Now, there is the chance for some storms on Memorial Day, but if you have any plans, definitely don't cancel them yet. Just keep an eye on those storms. It does look like most of the day will actually be dry, and it's really going to continue to be dry throughout the next 7 days, but then we could see those storms over Memorial Day weekend. Now, we're not going to be needing the umbrella, but we are still doing the umbrella contest, and if you'd like to submit a photo, you can do it to the email address on screen, firstwarn@WISC-TV.com, or through the weather app. The weather team here will select a photo, and if your photo is selected, you will win a First Warn weather umbrella. And we are still doing this until next Friday. We will announce a new winner every weekday at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So there are still 10 more chances to win a First Warn weather umbrella. But as I said, not going to need them. And as unpredictable as spring weather could be in the Midwest, it's nice to see very dry and very nice weather. You know, it could be very hot, could be cold, could be raining. We're not going to get any of that. It's going to be pretty much perfect. So
I think we deserve it.
We definitely do. We definitely get out and enjoy the weather too.
Will do. Thanks so much, Jacob. And for more than 25 years now, DC Everest has held an annual Day at the Bay in Wausau, an event where the fishing team and staff teach special needs kids how to fish. It's a good skill to know, especially since fishing season has begun here in Wisconsin.
Like if you ever get into a fight with your best friend, go on a boat ride with them and it will bring you guys back together.
As the old saying goes, life is better on a boat. Before going on the water, these two students got into a fishy argument. And while there, they realized that
We should not be fighting over like something so stupid. Because it was something so stupid.
they aren't the only ones that had a positive experience at the park today.
I think it's nice for students who have limited mobility. We're able to get them out of wheelchairs and get them onto boats and experience, being on the water, which might not always be a physical feat for them to do with their families.
For many students, an activity like this means they're able to engage with people they normally wouldn't. While fishing was an option, there were also other activities for kids to enjoy, like cornhole, for example.
Being able to talk to people on a day-to-day basis is kind of difficult for a lot of people, and especially with kids with disabilities, it's a little bit more difficult. So getting them out, getting them experience with these kind of things is super big.
91 students came out.
Everyone enjoys it, and they keep coming back every year.
Corvino is an Everest alumni. He's been working with special needs kids and gone on this trip a few times now, but he sometimes wonders who should be teaching who.
I've casted probably a couple lines, and they've caught more fish than me all day, so it just shows me I need to get back to work.
Well, former Badger hockey coach threw one of Madison's biggest fishing events of the year today. Find out why he did it. That's next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Hey, what's up with no seatbelt?
We're not going far, just heading to town.
Really?
Don't worry, folks. I got this.
What the?
Come on, man. You're more likely to get in a crash on a shorter trip. So buckle up every trip, every time.
Got it?
Got it.
Click it or ticket. Together, we can save lives.
Need life insurance? Select Quote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And Select Quote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Select Quote. We shop, you save.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist, standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models. Or get $1,500 cash allowance. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WISC-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
When you download the Pick and Save app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Pick and Save app. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
After winning 5 of their first 6 series in 2023, the Brewers have lost 6 of their last 8. And they need a win today to avoid yet another Series L. We're still early in the season, though. A lot of baseball to be played. Not that I'm counting, 117 games to be exact. But trying to regain that steam is tough to do, especially against the best team in baseball. That's what these Tampa Bay Rays have been. They're 20-3 at home this year. Rays lead 1-0 into second, and Yandy Diaz will add to that. Makes Eric Lauer pay for the hanging breaking ball and leaves the yard in a hurry with the wall scraper. To the 4th now, Crew trail 4-1. Not for long, there goes Brian Anderson. The first-year Brewer mashes his 7th tater of the year to make it a 1-run game. But that's about all the runs the Brewers' bats had in them on Saturday. Rays win 8-4, the final. Staying on the diamond, UW-Whitewater their softball team needed at least 1 win to advance in the NCAA D3 softball championship. But they dropped a pair of heartbreakers in Whitewater. Warhawks dropped Game 1 13-4 and Game 2 3-2 at the hands of the Cohawks, ending their season. And a historic season for Beloit College baseball came to an end as well. Needing to win to get into the NCAA Regional Super Final, the Buccaneers lost a nail-biter. 4-3 was the final in 12 innings. And in better news, Madison College punched their ticket to the NJCAA D2 World Series when they defeated McHenry County College 14-8 today. They're headed to their 5th straight World Series. It all started by combining his 3 loves: hockey, fishing, and helping others. Marco Sicchi, a former Badger women's hockey coach, threw his 5th annual Casting for Kids event on Saturday. They began the day by sending out more than 200 fishermen on 70-plus boats, including local celebrities in the hockey community. By around 2, the fishing ends and the real fun begins with a happy hour, a silent auction, and more. When it's all said and done, Mark says they'll bring in more than $200,000, all of which goes to charity.
It's been awesome. I mean, look at the day, so it's been incredible. But it is a fundraiser for the American Family Children's Hospital and the UW Carbone Cancer Center. Obviously, the fishing part of the event's a big part of it, and then we come in here afterwards. We have a quick happy hour dinner and then a live auction.
After 19 years of the reins, Wisconsin Rowing today announced that BB Bryans would be stepping down. In her 19 seasons leading Wisconsin women's rowing, she led them to 15 NCAA tournament appearances. And the Badgers got a big boost on the wrestling mat today when Michigan's Max Mailer announced on Twitter that he's transferring to Wisconsin for his senior year. Mailer's originally from Highland, Wisconsin, where he won a state title his senior year. Not ideal conditions for golfing in New York today, but they played through at the PGA Championship. Victor Hovland for birdie. He sunk 3 birds on the day and goes into the final day in 2nd place. But Brooks Koepka, man, the rain could not stop him. 3 birds on the back 9 and finished the day as the event's leader at 6 under.
Look at all those umbrellas.
Can you believe it?
I cannot believe it, man. That was rainy. I cannot do anything in the rain, let alone play golf.
I don't really bring an umbrella many places. If I could win one of these, first worn, maybe that would change. But all those people were prepared, so shout out to them.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks so much, Andrew. We'll be right back.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
At Fearing's Audio Video Security, our people, vision, and values drive superior technology solutions that result in great customer experiences. Choosing the right technology solutions can be daunting. From consultation and design to installation and support of your AV and security systems, our team communicates and guides each step. Fearing's Audio Video Security, making a difference for our customers and our world. Visit fearings.com.
Hang on tight, Wisconsin, because fun just got a lot faster. It's Fast Play from the Wisconsin Lottery, an all-new style of lotto games that combine instant wins with the progressive jackpot. Playing is easy at any lottery retailer. Just print, play, and know if you're a winner instantly. The progressive jackpot starts at $10,000 and grows with each ticket sold. The share of the jackpot increases with the price of the ticket. Fast Play is available now, only at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go. If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get a new Ford Edge with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and I make fresh, delicious Papa Murphy's pizza.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I make the Papa Murphy's pizza.
Sure, that's take and bake. We built it with the freshest ingredients. You bake it fresh in your oven.
By you mean me, so technically, I make the pizza.
Super good pizza, Kylie.
Oh, Kylie, so good.
Right now, enjoy big-time taco flavors on a pizza with the limited-time Taco Grande. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
You've been counting the days, weeks, months, just waiting for the Memorial Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And check out the Summit Firm for only $299.99. Or save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a free $300 gift. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The Memorial Day Super Sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
So not that we don't love working, but if you could do anything on a nice day like this, what would you guys do?
Well, I have two options. Either I would go golfing or I would take a walk through the wilderness, like with trees. Now, there's not a lot of mountains here, but I used to like hiking in the mountainous area.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we have a mountain right here. What would you like to do?
I'd like to take my dogs on a walk, and I'd love to go see a baseball game, just sit out in the sun. I mean, that would be great.
That's a great one, too. What about you?
Oh, me? That's a great question. I've worked weekends for a long time. Honestly, go to the beach. I think going to the beach would be cool. Yeah, I miss beaches.
What's your ideal temperature for a beach? 'Cause I feel like it's got to be a little bit warmer.
Oh, yeah. It's probably going to be like 82, 85.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be in the 80s next week. Very nice. Nothing really to talk about with the weather. Just nice weather. Enjoy it. So.
There we go. Yeah, get out there, get outside, go to a baseball game, go to some beaches. We'll see you again tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.